Hey everyone, we've got an awesome announcement for Renovating Faith, and I wanted to share that. A couple weeks ago, I was on the Alternate Media Preparing the Way podcast and had a great time with Brad and Seamus over there. And we made a special announcement, and I'm going to go ahead and play that for you now, and then when we come back I will share some of what that looks like for the channel going forward. So without further ado, here's our special announcement from Alternate Media.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Preparing the Way podcast, the show where every once in a while on a Sunday we talk about some stuff to prepare the way of the Lord. So everyone here, you guys know what we do here. We started out as a Killing the Church podcast, and we're going to talk about a little bit of stuff like that today. We're going a little bit back to how we ran the show, talking more about pronomian arguments. We spend a lot of time, however, kind of on the defense, and so this video is more on the offense. We don't often spend time in the offense. A lot of people come at us and we just spend all day answering their questions and trying to get rid of common misconceptions, but now we're going to be on the offense here. So this is the case for Torah rather than just a defense for Torah, so to speak. And to help me out with the show tonight, obviously, I have my co-host, and let me fix this. This is correct.
That's better.
And yes, he is my co-host, but we have a special guest tonight.
Yes.
And so we would like to welcome, as not only a special guest, but the newest addition to the official Alternate Media team. So without further ado, let me welcome special guest Jeremy from the Renovating Faith podcast. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the Alternate Media team. As of 2025, you are the newest additional member officially to Alternate Media. So let me be the first to say, first of all, I'm honored to have you, and congratulations. Welcome to the show.
It's an honor to be here. Does this mean I get to actually say Shalomi, my homies, now?
It's official.
You have my ominous dominance.
So it's I'm absolutely thrilled actually to have Jeremy on the team. Tonight's discussion actually is going to be very much in the wheelhouse of the direction that the Renovating Faith podcast has kind of been going, and this is a lot of like the value that you offer to the team. So I'm really excited to discuss this with you.
So I am so excited about coming on board Alternate Media's team and working with them. We've already got some articles that have been written. They're not published yet, but those will be coming shortly. We're wrapping up some projects. We're in the middle of releasing our episodes with Anna D in a response to Train Up a Child. We've got a couple other interviews coming up, and we're going to wrap up our First Peter series as well. And then we're going to introduce a new thing. But before I tell you about that, I want to make sure you know we're still going to continue to tell stories, share those stories. So if you have a story of how your faith has been renovated through trials, trauma, whatever it may be, hard circumstance, the way that God has worked in your life, and you want to share those stories, please reach out to us at renovatingfaithpodcast@gmail.com. You can message us on Facebook, however you want to reach out, and we will happily get you on to share your story. But in addition to that, we're going to be doing some new other things. Alternate Media is working on some lineups of various podcasts and different types of content. And with that, Renovating Faith is going to start actually renovating our understanding of certain passages of Scripture. So we're going to be focusing in a segment that'll probably be something called like It Is Written or something, like we'll figure it all out. But on crossovers in the Bible between Old and New Testament, things that maybe you grew up thinking were New Testament concepts, you were taught were New Testament concepts, or what does a certain New Testament passage mean? Sometimes those are indicated by words like "it is written," and then we go and we look at where it's written and we'll explore that to give context to that New Testament statement. Or it may be a reference that is a lot more subtle, where it's there, but maybe it was never pointed out to you. And we're going to focus on how the Old Testament really should shape a lot of understanding of the New Testament, and there will be some vice versa on that, where some clarity is given to Old Testament concepts. But predominantly, we see a lot of things in the New Testament that originated in the Old Testament that we thought, man, this is new, this is awesome, this is a change, and it's really not. And it's just maybe the words of Christ or the words of Paul getting our understanding and our focus of what the Old Testament says straightened out. Or they're implementing new concepts to a new audience, like a Gentile audience, and they're trying to bring in a Hebrew understanding, and we need to understand what they're saying. For instance, maybe in the book of Romans, or in Galatians, or in the book of Acts, when they're quoting from the Old Testament to make a specific point, and then we can better understand that point and how it applies to us as New Testament Christians. So stay tuned. I'm looking forward to putting out this content, and we'll have some exciting stuff happening in the year 2025.